Hi everybody, it's Diana with Stamping with Di. Welcome to my YouTube channel and this week's Teach Me Tuesdays, episode 222. Can you believe it? 222 of these Teach Me Tuesdays. It's so hard to believe. I had so much fun with this Simply Zinnia bundle yesterday that I'm going to play with it again today and do another card. I'm also going to use some of the new Country Woods Designer Series paper. It is just this amazing DSP that looks like a bunch of worn wood and a whole bunch of other textures, and I'm going to use that as well. So if you are new to my channel, welcome. If you've been here before, welcome back. My name is Diana, and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and I'm in Santan Valley, Arizona. So welcome to my channel. If you are indeed new, please subscribe, and then that way you don't miss when I go live, upload a video, and all of that. I am watching the live premiere with you, and I'm in the chat room. That way, if you have any questions, I can answer you over there. I do that because I live out in the boonies in Santan Valley, and we don't always have great connections with the internet. And I have found if I go really live, I have issues with the quality of the video. So what I do is I just pre-tape them and watch live with you, and that way it gives YouTube time to upload that video, add the closed captionings, and it just cleans it up so I don't have any issues. I've heard from a lot of you that really like this idea because then I'm able to chat with you. When I did the lives, I wasn't always able to see the questions or the comments, so this way I can answer you over in the chat. So make sure you head over there, and because that's where I'll be. If you're watching the replay, just put a comment down below, and then YouTube will let me know, and I can reach out to you then. Okay, so let's get started. So close your eyes just for a second while I get my camera adjusted. Okay, so just like yesterday, I'm going to use the Simply Zinnia Bundle. Make sure you grab that as soon as you can. Like I said the other day, it does say low inventory, and I don't know what that means. So if you want it, make sure you grab it. If you didn't do my class in the mail. All right, so we're also going to be using Crumb Cake as my card base, and this is just a regular size card. I have basic white on the inside, and we're going to just put a little strip of that DSP on there. But the DSP I chose was this right here, and like I said, this comes from the new Country Woods Designer Series paper. So now this may be more than one pack because I just buy a bunch and then I put them in my cupboard. But this is some amazing looking, very realistic wood grain that adds so much texture to your card. So yeah, there's a few packs here without the bulk. Excuse me. Okay, allergies are hitting me hard. Hang on a second. Excuse me. Oh my gosh, that was two. I hope that, usually I sneeze in threes. All right, so this is the, I apologize for that. So this is the DSP I'm going to use, but look how beautiful this looks. It just looks so amazing. I'm going to save a bunch of this because we've had wood grain in the past, and I use it to back my photos, so I need to make sure I save some of these because it's just great. Like, it doesn't show the shine, right? Like, it's great for photo backgrounds. All right, I'm also using the perennial postage, so that's where I got this from here. And just like yesterday, I stamped my my zinnia with the Memento Tuxedo Black, and I had a couple of you ask if I was using Memento or StazOn, and I'm using Memento. So what you want to do is when Memento, and I know this, but I will write this on here. So I'm just going to write Stampin' blends. Because I think that's one of the top questions I get asked all the time. If you use Memento or StazOn for the blends. And just keep in mind, Memento is for the Stampin' blends. StazOn is for watercoloring. So you don't want to use StazOn with your blends because the blends will break this down. And you don't want that to happen. So the StazOn pad is like a Sharpie marker. So it is a permanent when you do it for watercoloring, but it will interact, it will not work well with the blends. So if you just kind of put a mark on, you know, like I could do the same thing over here. I mean, like I said, I remember, but this is for water coloring. No blends. So if you just do the same thing on your pad, whether you use, you know, scribble it on there like I did, you could put a nicer label if you want, but then that way you kind of know like what goes with this. Now this right here, I put a video on my YouTube channel a while ago, and I did post to it yesterday. And this is simply the white craft pad, and because when you buy the white craft pad, it comes empty, right? It comes empty. You get the refill with it, and let me rub that off like I said I was going to do yesterday. So it comes with the white craft pad. It comes empty, and you fill it. So what I did was I just ordered another one, and instead of putting the white in there, I put my Memento ink in there instead. So I changed it to a Memento pad, and then I don't have to keep taking the lid off, because the StazOn and the Memento pad are basically the same style pad. You have a lid. I think it's made by the same company even. And you want to, so you have to keep taking the lid on and off. So this way you don't have to. All right. So that was probably a lot of blabbing there, but that's okay. All right. So I did stamp on basic white with my Memento, because I am going to be coloring with the Stampin' blends. So this is the perennial postage die. Awesome, I love it. And you know, it gives you that great postage stamp look, and there's like quite a few shapes in there. So what I want to do first is I want to take off, sometimes there's like little bits of paper, so I'm just going to take my little brush, and this is just, we have several adapters, is that what you would call it? Add-ons to our pick tool. So the brush is one of them. There's a perforator is one. This is great for getting, like, you know, if you have things stuck, goes up underneath there. This is a bigger, like a bone fold, not a bone folder, stylus. But there's a whole bunch of different things. Now, I'm kind of lazy, so you can buy one and just change, you know, the things. But I like to have them all ready to go. So I have quite a few. Is it just 3? I think I might have just 3 of them. So it's always ready to go. Like if I want to use this, I always take that off. But this way my brush is always handy, my perforator is always handy, and my pick tool and my little that sticky stuff is always ready to go. So anyway, so why I was doing that is sometimes you'll have a little bit of paper chads from your die. So if you just take that little brush and it'll just clean them off. All right, so what I want to do on here first is I want to take my little blending brush, and I'm going to take my Balmy Blue, and I'm going to put a little Balmy Blue back here, so it looks like there's just some blue sky on the back side. Let me get my scrap paper here. Okay, so I can rub off just a little bit so I don't get that circle right at the beginning. And I'm just putting a little bit. I'm not going to cover it fully, or I might as well use a Balmy Blue piece of paper. I just want to put this here, and then that way when you put your Zinnia, you will see that pretty blue in the background. I'm going to put a tiny little bit over here. All right. So that was Balmy Blue. It's just a pretty, pretty blue. Okay. Now what I'm also going to do is I'm going to take I have this little splatter guard. It's just a piece of thick basic white that I have folded in half, and it catches my splatters. So this way you can see it, but it's going to keep my table. Now this will get splattered, but I don't worry too much. But it will keep most of my desk clean. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my basic black blend, and I want the brush side. And you can see I use this a lot. You can see I have a lot of a splattery kind of mess on the lid. And I'm just going to flick this in the lid. Now you can do this with a Stampin' Right marker as well. And the blends just dry quicker. All right. So now I have all these cute little splatteries on here as well. So it's got a little bit of Balmy Blue and the black splatteries. Okay. Set that aside. So let's bring our flower over. Now I don't need this right now. All right. So we're going to use some different colors. Now I am going to do Old Olive like I did yesterday because I love how that turned out. And I'm using the crumb cake and that DSP, so it's a little darker. So again, I can get away with a little darker color on my leaves. So this is just a dark olive. So I love how I got quite a few comments on my Mimeograph Monday with a Twist yesterday. So I thought, well, I still have my zinnia out. Let's play with this a little bit more and show you that new designer series paper, that really fun. I got quite a few packs of it because even though I've been a demonstrator for over 25 years now, I still sometimes believe I'm my best customer because like designer series paper seems to be my, I mean, I buy so much of it because I don't think I can do a card, it seems like, without some designer series paper on it somewhere. And it just makes it so much easy. But this wood, Country Woods, is so amazing. I wish I was there when they made the papers. All right. So come down. Because a lot of it is just photography. We have some amazing photographers that work for Stampin' Up. Ben, if you are watching, he's my favorite. I know I shouldn't have favorites, but I do. All right, and then I have my light Old Olive. So like yesterday, I'm just going to go up into there and soften that. So that you don't see that line as much there. And then I'm going to do light lemon lime twist to finish it. Squeak, squeak. All right. And then my light lemon lime twist. So I'm not going to use the dark lemon lime twist. And I'm just going to go in and just put that to fill in. I don't have to go all the way to the end. I can have a little bit of white on my tips. Just a light touch. Like that. Looks good. Very cool, right? All right, and I could add more or less if I wanted to, and I can always do that after. All right, so now for my flowers, I'm gonna do peach. Is this dark? Okay, so I have my light peach, and just like yesterday, I want to kind of avoid those stars, so that they will be still white when I'm done coloring. So this is just a light peach, and I forgot to turn my phone off, so I apologize. So again, I'm just going in there with the light peach, avoiding the, I don't know what else to call them, but they do, they look like little stars. Okay, so that was light peach. Now I will wait to do the dark after, and then I'm going to do lemon lolly. So these flowers are going to be yellow today. Well, not yellow, but they're going to have some yellow and Pool Party in there. So I want to take this little bit of the dark lemon, and I'm just going to put a little bit, not a whole lot, and this is just going to soften that peach up a little bit. Okay, and then we're going to take our dark Pool Party, and we're going to put some dark Pool Party, and this looks so cool with that peach. So dark Pool Party, and then we'll do light Pool Party as well. And I'm also going to use some azure, and it is a great, I'm using the light azure, but it's a great one to add with Pool Party if you just want a little bit of a darker blue in there. So I'm just kind of coloring where those little lines are, like where the artist put those lines. It just kind of helps you figure out, you know, where it would be a little bit darker. Okay. But look how pretty that looks already. Let me lift it up. So isn't that cool? It's like the flower is like changing color as it grows. All right, now I'll do my light Pool Party. And then just like I did before, I'm gonna leave my tips a little lighter. Like I'm not bringing the Pool Party all the way to the end, so that the ends of my flowers are a little lighter. So these colors were peach, Pool Party, lemon lolly, old olive, lemon lime twist. Okay. And I am going to go back in with some azure or however you pronounce that. Okay. These flowers are just so gorgeous, and they're so fun to color. All right, so now this is just the light azure, and I'm not going to use tons, and I'm just going to dot it in, like dot dot dot, like I did before. So just kind of dot dot dot, just up where it would be a little darker like where that flower has the overlap. So I'm just putting a little bit. And then we'll soften this with the dark pool party, just to break down some of this dark blue. But this just makes those the flowers stand out more. So if you put dark near light, it makes that light even brighter. So I'm just barely putting any. And again, I'm kind of avoiding those little stars. So I'm just kind of stepping back a little bit and just kind of like looking where there might be more. Okay, so that was light azure. And then I'm just going to go back with my dark pool party and just put a little bit at the ends. And that's just going to soften that blue a little bit. So you really can't, I don't think you can really mess these flowers up because there's so many layers and stuff that you can just really have fun with it. And nature is so forgiving, as the blends are. So I love the look of these colors together. So just kind of step aside, like step back, and just kind of look at it and go, okay, I like that. That's what I love about the blends. You can just keep adding. If I was coloring with the Stampin' Up markers, it would peel the paper because they are water base. So you would be putting so much ink that your paper would finally kind of break down and peel. And that's what I mean by like the paper kind of rips and you'll get pieces of paper, you know, like it's broken. All right, so this looks good. Let me get my dark pecan pie, and I'm going to put that in there. In a couple spots. And I'm also going to grab my Cajun, or my coral, like I did yesterday. Get my lid off of it. There we go. So, just to put a little dark here and there, and that also makes those stars really show with that dark around them. All right, so I think I'm good. So what do you think about that? Do you like that? So see how you can see those little stars? Because I've not colored them. Now usually I'll say don't leave it because it looks like you've ignored it, but these are so tiny that normally if I have something white, I'll put a little bit of gray granite on the side of them, you know, so that it shows that it has a bit of a shadow. But these are so tiny that I don't want to add any color to them because then they'll just look gray, and they look totally fine white. All right, so let me bring this over. Now, just like yesterday, I'm going to put the big mama, whatchamacallit, zinnia on the inside. And a leaf. Okay. And then this will go here. So I should put my leaf a little. So see, I don't like this. So I am going to raise this. And then I'll have a little bit of a white under here, which is totally fine. All right, so let me color this. So yesterday I didn't color my flower, but this time I'm going to. But while it sits and dries, I am going to stamp my greeting. And I'm not going to put a greeting on the inside, so I can send this card. I have a special friend I need to send a card to. So I want to leave the inside so I can write a note. All right. So let's bring our flower over, and we're just going to fussy cut out. So let's do our flower. So I'm going to use the same colors as I did on the outside, but now you're going to be able to see better because the flower is bigger. So I'm going to start with my light peach, and I'll go with the dark just because now I have more space so I can see a little better. So there's my dark peach and my coral. All right. So let's get my light peach. So I'm going to do the same kind of thing. I'm going to put a little bit of light peach around. So this is kind of grown out of that center. And again, I'm leaving those stars without any color on them. And there's also these little white dots, which are super fun, which give you the look of like how I usually add the little white gel pen. So they kind of give me that feel of a gel pen. All right, then we want a little bit of our lollies, so dark lolly. So this flower is going to be related to the flower on the front, so it's going to be kind of similar. All right, then our dark pool party. So maybe I should have colored this one first, so you could kind of see how I was doing the little one, but that's okay. I love to sit and color. It's my favorite thing to do, even as a child. I was always coloring. Okay, so that's dark pool. And then we'll do our light pool. And pool is one of those colors, even as a blend, it's kind of hard to see on the camera. And again, I'm leaving those ends where there's a little bit of white to them. And then I'm still going to do the azure. I think I say it different every time. It's such a pretty blue. Okay, so that was light pool. So now we'll take our dark azure and just put a little bit here and there. Again, I'm just tapping it. Okay. and soften those with the dark pool, just to kind of soften those lines a little bit. So I actually planted some zinnia seeds, so we'll see. It's hotter than hot here, but they didn't take long to come up. But they haven't turned into a flower yet. You know what a flower, they all kind of look like the same thing when they grow. So they came up pretty fast. So we'll see if I get any flowers out of them, or if the birds eat them, or it just gets too hot. But we'll see. Because there's such a pretty flower on the packet, the seed packet. Alright. So I think I like the look of that. And then we'll just quickly do our leaf. So this is just a dark old olive. And I'm just coloring the whole leaf, even if some of it will be hidden beneath the designer series paper. That's okay. And I think I'm lemon. Now what I also want to do with this on the inside, because this is stamped right on the cardstock, where this will be popped up on to here. So it will naturally have a shadow there because I'm going to pop it up. But this is just stamped directly. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my light gray granite, and I'm just going to draw a shadow. Now I should have did this first, but with the blends, what's nice is you can do it after. If I was watercoloring, you would not, because watercoloring, you would move those colors. Like as I brushed up against the pool party, the azure would pull it out. And I'm just going to go all the way around. Instead of just on one side, I'm just going to go all the way around. Alright, so now it looks like it's popped off the page a little bit because you have that shadow around it. Alright, so I'm going to go with this and leave a little bit of a white. Alright, so I'm just going to lay this here and use my grid sheet as my guide to make that straight. So I'm just using this grid sheet line and this grid sheet line, and then I know I'm straight. Alright. Cut off my overhang. And that kind of looks cool with that little white there. Alright. Now before I put this on here, I want to rough this up a little bit because I'm putting it directly onto here. And I'm just going to take my scissors and I'm just going to carefully rough up this edge. And this is just going to make this paper look a little thicker, and it's just going to shabby it up a little bit. So by doing this, it's turning the edge up on the paper, and it kind of almost removes some of that color. And I know it's already shabby enough, but this is just going to give a little bit of dimension to it. Because when I use that perennial is kind of a big die. And it's just subtle, but it just raised the edges of that DSP just a little bit. Alright. And you could rip it, you could do, you know, even more to it if you want. I could bring the corners over. Like really, really shabby it. So see, it makes it look even cuter, right? We're just really, really shabbying that up a little bit. Just kind of, I don't want to tear it necessarily, but just give it a little ruggedness. Okay, so like I said, I'm going to send this to a friend, so I will handwrite a little note in there. All right, now this I'm going to put on with dimensionals. Here they are. And I'm also going to put dimensionals on my flowers. So there's going to be quite a bit of, this card's really going to stand out. Alright. I'm just going to put that in the center. Okay. And then put this on with dimensionals too. And I'm also going to put a bow like we did the other day. So I'm going to put this over here so I don't get in the way of the bow, because I'm going to use that same twine because I like how it looked. So that's going to go on here like that. Let me cut a piece of my twine. Now this is just our multi-pack. You have black, gray, and white, I believe. And I have just put it on a spool because I love the look of old spools with the twine on it. And so I just have them sitting on my desk. Alright, so I just kind of want this back here. So it's already behind my flower. Okay, I'm going to have this come off this just a tad. So it barely sticks out there. Okay, then I'm going to tie a little bow. So I've got to do my greeting. But I also found in my stash, the clearance rack is your best friend. So always check the clearance rack. Every week I go to the clearance rack. Even if Stampin' Up has not said, oh, we've updated the clearance rack, I still go look because things get added. And one thing I got off the clearance rack, I don't know how long ago, were these cute little ladybugs. Look how cute these. Now I don't know if you can still get these or not, but like I said, so I have a little jar of them, and I'm gonna put a little ladybug. I love ladybugs. I'm looking for my glue dots. So I'm gonna put a glue dot. I'm gonna put 2 glue dots. And I'm just going to put a cute little ladybug crawling on here, like it's crawling up to the flowers. And then I'm going to cut my little sending flowers. I'm going to cut the whole thing. It might be too long, so I can always shorten it. And thinking of you, I can also do the same thing as I did on the inside yesterday and complete it on the inside. Got a lot of paper I wasted there. Thinking of you. Okay, so let's see. Sending flowers. flowers. So that would look cute, I think, along there, right? Yes, I do believe so. All right, so I want this to go along here. So we're going to skip this area. So yesterday I put the dimensionals here. So today I'm going to skip that part. So we're going to put a skinny little dimensional there. So don't waste your dimensionals. I cut, these are perfect for the side things. All right, so it's a little bit too long. Hold on a second. Because we want to skip the flowers, like the word flowers, because it's going to go over top of the flowers there. So before I pull them, I just want to make sure I did that right. So that looks perfect, and you can see that this is missing the flowers, and they'll just rest on the stem. So we have sending flowers and thinking of you. So look how perfect that is. And then you have your little twine there. So cute. And then I can open it and put my little message. So, all right, so let me get my mess out of the way. So this was a cute little card for my sweet friend. And I love the little ladybug. And always check out that clearance rack. All right, let me say, see you later, alligator. All right, but I love how this turned out. Love it, love it. And I love folding that paper back because it just adds a little bit of shabbiness to that already shabby looking paper. So rough that paper up. You know, we used to have a little tool years ago that you could rough up the paper, and now I just use the scissors because we don't have that little tool anymore. But so fun. I might have to make another one of these. All right, I might even add a little bit of Winkostella to the center as well. All right, so I'm going to stop blabbing so I can get this video uploaded. Have a great day. I will see you Friday for my dies shorts. That will be 3 o'clock, airs at a time, same channel. Thanks for spending some time with me today. I really appreciate it. See you Friday. Bye for now.